My dad acts like he hates the Huskers. He's like, oh my God, these fucking Husker fans are so crazy. Tailgating like a day early. You know? But then he'll watch the game and he'll be like, fuck it! You know, he'll just be...
Drink Prime!
Welcome to the podcast. That's Kam, I'm Jake, and we are...
The motherfucking Grass Daddies, baby!
Okay. Jesus.
Anyways, yeah, we're the Grass Daddies, if you couldn't comprehend that.
If you're wondering where we were last week, we took the week off because of Labor Day.
Yeep.
AKA, there was a Husker volleyball game on Wednesday that we went to. We normally record on Thursdays, but the Husker football game was on Thursday, so we were watching that. And then Friday, we just decided to have a chill day because we didn't have to work Saturday, because normally we have to work like every day.
And then Saturday, my family came down, so that was another no-go. And then Sunday, I got fucking sick, and then...
Oh, yeah, so then Sunday... Yeah, okay. I forgot about that. We got to talk about that. Do we want to crack open the beer menu first before we...
Yeah.
Hold on.
As you guys can see, our beer menu for tonight is Budweiser. Yeah, pass me one of them camouflage Budweisers.
So, as you can tell, we're extremely ripped on this podcast. And, like, you know, I know that the camera adds a few pounds, but, like, we're absolutely shredded. And a lot of times people will come up to me and they'll say, like, hey, you know, like, are you on a cycle or something? Like, are you on roids? And I just say, no, I'm natty, baby. I'm natty.
It's like a diet in a can.
Yeah, it's like diet beer. I like beers where I can hydrate while I'm drinking them at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, so, yeah, I usually have soda every morning, which you may know. Our listeners don't know, but if you guys don't know.
2 of our listeners know.
Yeah. But.
Shouts out to Gavin and Shouts out to Gavin and Spencer.
I was like, you know what? I'm starting to pork on a few pounds.
It's barrel season.
I'm going to hit him with that Diet Coke.
You've been fiending on that DC.
Dude, Diet
last
Coke's
couple mornings.
So good. You mix that with a Honeycrisp apple.
I thought you were going to say like Crown Apple or like honey, like whiskey or something. But nope. You drink a Diet Coke and eat an apple.
An apple a day keeps a doctor away. Well,
a Diet Coke a day keeps him away.
A Diet Coke a day keeps the Coke away. So I can get work done all day.
So on Sunday, the other reason why we didn't record, because we were maybe going to record Sunday or maybe Monday, because we had like, since it was Labor Day, we did have to work, which is fucking bullshit. But we had a split shift, so we were like, maybe we'll record it in the morning or something like that. But Kam wasn't feeling very well, and I'll let him explain why he wasn't feeling very well.
Well,
Talk in your mic, please.
My brother and his fiance and my niece came down this weekend, and we went over to the Big Red Keno Bar and Grill, and I seen this stupid idea for the fucking.
Don't act like you weren't just all over it. Like, oh my god, eating challenge! I'm totally gonna do this eating challenge.
That's how it went.
You guys dare me? I don't really want to do it, but do you dare me? Everyone's like, I don't care. You're like, all right, I'll do it. Is that how it went?
Kinda. Well, my brother told me I got free ice cream, and he said in Columbus he'd always do it and finish the challenge and then give his dessert to the youngest kid in the place. I'm like, that'd be a really cool experience, just giving a dessert to some. Be like, go give it to that kid, because I'm way too fucking full to eat this.
Well, explain to them what the challenge is.
So it's 3 half-pound patties, half a pound of bacon.
Half a pound of bacon?
I'm pretty sure, dude. It's fucking slobbered on there.
So it's 2 pounds of meat.
2 pounds of meat.
Oh my god.
Dude, it's huge. It's like I tell you what, I had
And the fries, though, right?
Yeah, and she's like, well, you could have got a smaller side. That's what the lady at the deal said. I'm like...
But it's an eating challenge.
Exactly. Like, I could have got cottage cheese or fucking applesauce or something like that.
Just bring me a Diet Coke and a Honeycrisp apple, and I'll whip this thing apart.
So then I was eating it, and then everybody at the table, our lovely social media manager, was tagging along with it. They're like, you got this. I'm like, I'm going to fucking puke. They're like, just take one more bite.
You can puke after. Just get it done.
They're like, just take one more bite. Took one more bite. I puked in the fucking cup on the table.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
You threw up right at the table?
Yeah.
I thought you might have went to the bathroom or something.
No, I puked in the cup, and then I walked to the bathroom with the cup and dumped it in the toilet and walked back out.
Oh my fucking God, brother. What?
Dude, I was telling them, I'm like, I am so fucking full right now.
Nobody believed you.
Yeah.
Okay. But this must be one of the challenges of being you. You're such a boy who cried wolf situation because you over-exaggerate so many things so that it gets to the point where every time you say something, a lot of times, especially your loved ones, will just be like, like, he doesn't know what he's talking about. He's obviously, like, this guy obviously is just bullshitting.
Yeah.
So when you're like, I feel like I'm going to throw up, they're like, okay, that means he can eat at least 10 more bites.
And
you're like, nope, if I take one more bite, I'm going to throw up. And they're just like, fucking do it, pussy.
And I only had a quarter of 2 patties. So.
Wait, so you didn't finish the challenge?
No.
Oh my God. Wait, was it like a big, like a clear cup?
No, it was red.
Oh, but it was still like transparent?
Kinda.
Oh, fuck. Who all was at the dinner?
Just my sister-in-law, my brother, my niece, Bailey.
Good thing she's too young to remember that one. She'd be traumatized.
She's so fucking cute, though, dude. She always has her little water bottle, and she'll come up to you if you like we're drinking. She'll go, cheers.
Does she have like a little miniature Stanley?
No,
that's what I'm picturing when you say water bottle.
Just like a little kid's water bottle. I was gonna be that awesome uncle, you know, and get her like. Have you seen those like water bottles that like look like a beer can, but they have like the nipple on top of them?
Can't say I have. I think that only sell that in western Nebraska.
I want to order
where
one.
You're from. I did that Big Red Challenge.
Dude,
when I was in Fremont.
Changed. I swear it changed.
I remember it being like a triple bacon cheeseburger. But when I did it, they were like, if you beat it, you get a free dessert. I'm like, first of all, you have to pay for the big ass meal, which it was expensive.
It's like $20.
Yeah, when I did it, I think it was like 18 something. And then I beat it, and then they're like, all right, what do you want for your free dessert? And I was like, I don't want a free dessert. I'm fucking full. I don't want to eat another thing.
Yeah.
So I guess I just got the pride of knowing that I gorged myself half to death and had to pay a bunch of money to do it.
Well, dude, now that I know, the next time I go in there, I'm just going to be like, if Bailey's like, yeah, I want a cheeseburger, and I'm like, yeah, I want a cheeseburger, I'm just going to be like, all right, we'll do the challenge, and I'm just going to cut it in half and just split the fucking thing in half. You get a cheeseburger for $10. But
I feel like you could get a really bitchy waitress that's like, technically you can't do that because...
Well, then I'll fail the challenge. But...
Yeah, it's not like you're signing like a blood oath when you agree to do it.
They knew what they were fucking doing. Because that was the greasiest thing I've ever fucking ate.
Oh, yeah. Now say what... Because you were throwing up for the next couple days. And this is why we didn't record. Because you thought you had food poisoning.
I don't know what it was. I don't think I ate that much. Like, overate that much that I was, like, puking for that many...
Like, because you were saying, like, I've been full before.
Yeah, like... But, so the next morning I woke up and I just felt like shit. Like...
So this is like, Monday morning now. Labor Day. Yeah, because you went Sunday.
Yeah.
So Monday morning.
No.
You said you went... Oh.
No, it was Saturday night.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So Sunday morning, so I had to change cups. And I woke up the next morning and I got the dog taken down and everything. And I was like sitting on the edge of the bed telling Bailey goodbye. I'm like, I'm going to fucking puke. And I went and puked, and it was like grease first and then the hamburger.
Oh,
like, it
my
was straight.
God. Like, there was so much grease, it was like settling on top of the rest of the contents of your stomach.
Yeah. It was
That's
fucking
crazy.
disgusting.
That's like a science experiment.
They know what they're fucking doing. Like, they know they make it greasy as shit to, like...
Like, you might finish this, but it'll come at a price. It'll take a couple years off your life if you complete it.
I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what I got or why it upset my stomach, but I was puking. We went to the Metal Grill. I don't know if you heard that. It's like really close. I think it's pretty new. It looks like it's a pretty nice bar and grill. It's like, you know where Firehouse Subs is on 56th?
56th and...
Highway 2.
think so.
Like that area. Like
just over by your
Subs.
place.
Maybe it's 48th.
Either way.
Well, you know where the Firehouse by Taco
Oh,
John's.
wait. Oh, no.
Taco
Yeah,
John's.
No.
It's right across the street.
No,
now.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah. Okay. And we went and ate there, and I and I got the fucking chicken Alfredo, and like I ate 2 bites, and I'm like, all right, I'm full. And then I went home, and I'm like, I'm gonna fucking puke when I go to work. And like from right after eating, like I just felt instantly like shit. Like I went home, we had to go right back to work because you know we get off work at 10:30, and they like, yeah, go ahead and be back here at 1. I'm like, all right, well, I'll make it home at 11.
Yeah.
But, and so then we went and ate. I got home, and I was just like laying on her bed. I'm like, I fucking feel like dog shit. But it's like, just call in. You're going to go to work, or they're going to send you home anyways. And I'm like, no, I'll be fine. And I get to work, and I just start blowing chunks. And then.
But you made an attempt.
Yeah. Which probably doesn't matter, but. Either way, that was my experience.
I wish there was more eating challenges nearby, because I like the idea of an eating challenge.
Well, Applebee's.
They don't have an eating challenge.
Yeah, they do.
What?
Spencer was just telling me about it. It's endless boneless wings.
Well, that's not an eating challenge. That's just come here and die.
Well, it's like not like their set eating challenge, but
you can kind of make one with yourself to see how many plates you can get.
I guess Spencer was telling me there was a group of guys that went in there, endless boneless wings, and ate 597.
Oh my God! What the fuck? I just heard something on the radio where like a couple went in there or something like that, and they like had a couple plates, and then they were like, "No, can't have any more. You got to pay," and like made them pay a second or whatever. I don't know.
What?
I don't know. I heard it on the radio, and everything that you hear
They're
on
like,
the radio is true.
it's endless unless you're a fat ass.
It's endless unless it's going to cost us money.
But, and I guess there's also like a challenge at Taco John's. Spencer was saying in Beatrice.
What?
You have so long to finish a 6-pack in a pound.
I've finished a 6-pack in a pound before, but I've
like
never timed myself.
I feel like I could do that challenge over anything else because I fucking love Taco John's.
We're going to have to bring back the eating challenges.
We should do one on here, a little mukbang.
A little mukbang episode? If our 4 dedicated viewers want to see it, I suppose I don't see why not. So I have to give a shout out to Corbin because he said he watches every episode. Not even listens, watches. He said he pulls them up in a second window while he's working. Hope I don't get him in trouble. Just kidding. Like anyone at his work is going to see this and get him in trouble. But he says he pulls it up in a second window and just watches it while he's working. He's like, yeah, I mean, like, it's entertaining. It's funny. I'm just like, thanks, my boy.
That's like, that was a thing, like, I knew coming into this, like, our humor and our jokes and that stuff
wouldn't work for everyone.
Yeah, it's not going to be a podcast, like, where we have millions and millions of viewers. It's not like fucking stupid, like, the stupid podcasts that are like Impulsive is one, but Where they're like, "Ooh, today's episode we have this guest, and guess what? We're just gonna spread a bunch of rumors and drama, so a bunch of people tune in to listen to it.
We're just gonna like try, like they don't even try to have a real show. They just try to create clickbait.
Yeah,
all they're looking for is one crazy moment, so that it'll be posted on like a Snapchat thing."
Yeah.
Snapchat news, and then everyone will go
People
watch
are
it.
like, "Oh my god, the Impulsive Podcast is fucking crazy, bro."
Oh my god, fuck.
But, yeah.
So my mom's not watching this episode.
Why?
Because of that little phone call we had.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if I want to talk about that or not.
Like it.
It's okay, Mom. I'm in control. Everything is under control.
I'm his babysitter. Jake, you can only have 6 more, and then you're done.
There isn't even 6 more in there.
I'm drinking pretty light tonight. I know you guys are going to wonder why I'm not getting hammered, but I got to drive home, so.
Yeah, I can't drive unless I'm fucked up. So we went to the Husker game on Wednesday, the Husker volleyball game, which was crazy. It was a record. It broke a national record for. It obliterated the NCAA volleyball game attendance record, which was set by Wisconsin, had like 18,000. And we had 90,003. Or 93,003?
I think
I thought it was 90003. They just added a 3 at the end.
I swear it was 93.
Well, we can look it up. And then it broke a national record for...
Or was it 92? Was it 92,003?
Sure. It was like 92,003. It broke like a national record for like for a volleyball match, and then it broke a world record for a women's sport attendance.
Yeah.
Which was previously held by like a women's like FIFA World Cup.
No, it was
not
Europe.
FIFA.
It was
World Cup or something.
Europe. It was a Europe Cup, which is fucking crazy because people in
those
Europe take their shit serious.
I'm telling you. So it broke a world record for attendance.
World record, national record, and
it was pretty crazy.
The NCAA record. Yeah, Wisconsin. I'd like to see you guys come for that because you guys don't have any place you can store that many people.
But there was a sick-ass flyover. Once the flyover happened, I was just like, all right, I can leave now. Because that was all I needed to see.
I don't know. The after show was so sick. I don't know if you guys have ever seen... That was my first one, and then I looked up a bunch. But
your first volleyball game.
That was my first volleyball game I've ever been to. Nebraska volleyball game. I ain't going to see no fucking other bozos. But have you guys... I don't know if you... Well, you did, but... If they have ever seen a like drone show, so all them drones, I guess, are like kind of like wired together through like Bluetooth and shit.
Yeah,
and they can like select sequences.
Yeah.
So I looked up a bunch of videos on it, and so they do like a 4th of July show and stuff for vets with PTSD with them.
That's awesome.
That's
because it's no noise. It's just
yeah.
So what they did was after the volleyball game and they were announcing their records and stuff, and then it was just kind of like there was just a moment where it was just kind of like they made all the lights in the stadium red because Nebraska's red, and they just kind of had like a moment where we could all be hyped about breaking the records and how cool of a moment it was, just kind of bask in the moment.
Talk.
Yeah, they had the head coach talk and the athletic director talk, and then they were like playing music, and I'm not sure who that one dude is with the glasses that was like talking over the mic. I think he's at the volleyball games. Unless he might just be like kind of like I don't know, not like a social media. He's basically like a hype man.
Yeah.
Which is kind of, I don't know how else to describe it. He probably is some kind of like
I bet he does
social
all
media
the games.
PR kind of thing.
I don't know. Yeah, I wasn't quite sure who he was, but
he like addresses the crowd over the mic and like does updates and stuff. He's almost like I'm trying to think.
A legit hype man. Like he gets the crowd fucking going.
He basically is a hype man, and he's
was like that,
on the
he's
mic.
He's like that one guy in like high school sports that you get down that runs down the side of the basketball court, like screaming
Kinda.
shit, like pumping up like the student section.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I would kind of describe him. Which I don't know what he actually does.
I don't know what his actual role is other than like to update the crowd and like kind of announce shit. He's almost like an MC kind of thing.
Yeah.
But then when they were like blaring this music and then all of a sudden like bink, all these like drones lit up and it was like the shape of Nebraska and everyone was like, what? And then it was like transforming. It like transformed into a volleyball and it transformed into like 92. The Husker N or the Nebraska N. And it had little what was crazy was because Lena's dad was next to me and I was like, those are drones. He's like, oh, that's what that is. Because they're so like pristinely stuck in place. Well, it almost looks like it could be a screen.
Well, yeah, like, because like I was like, I wonder what the fuck that is. And what was really bothering me, and well, like it was actually kind of creeping, like not creeping me out, but like I was like it was like
it doesn't look real.
My ADHD brain was like fucking just because I was like, what the fuck? Like, how are they doing this? Because at first I thought there was like people flying the motherfuckers, like in
like one person per drone flying it.
Yeah, I was like, no way that they're that precise because they were like evenly spaced.
Yeah,
but that's pretty fucking cool that they can do that shit.
They obviously just have to all be on a program, and they have to be probably spaced apart and shit. But even like the 92,003, there was like little drones that were like changing colors, like flying down that looked like confetti.
Yeah,
it was crazy. And that little netted off area by the ice box is like where they practice flying drones and stuff, which is just kind of a little like side Easter egg for us because we like going to the Stars games. But yeah, and then they had a concert at the end. So the way they did it was, since it was a volleyball game in a football stadium, they like a couple days before they were selling tickets, they gave access to the people that have season tickets for volleyball first, and they were allowed to buy up to like 10, and then they opened it up to the public, and it sold out in like 3 hours. Like it was like all the tickets were instantly bought up.
Yeah.
And so then they're like, well, shit. Well, I'm betting this is what they did. They're like, we're making so much money off this, we might as well just say fuck it. And they just then they released like standing room only tickets. So down on where the field normally is, and they had the whole field covered up with like tiles type thing, they just let people walk around and just stand. And obviously you couldn't like just walk onto the court, but they just had like standing room only type shit.
Court was like elevated, which would be cool as fuck because if you were like standing down there, you'd be like eye level with like the court, so you wouldn't like.
Yeah, you'd be like eye level with all the girls' asses, so it'd just be perfect.
It's not where I was going, but sure.
That's where I was going.
We'll take with it and run. But, like, dude, I was sitting there, like, after the guy... Hey, buddy, if you ever hear our podcast, I'm glad I helped you off the ground, but maybe next time don't get that fucked up.
I completely forgot about that guy.
So there's a guy that was just... Well, I watched him walk down there with, like, his friends. Well, there was a bunch of people, and then they just kind of, like, sat in the benches, like, right at, like, the next step up. And he came walking all the way up, and I kind of got worried about him, and I was kind of worried about him all night. I actually stayed awake for a little bit, because I was actually, like... Because...
Stayed awake?
Like, it kept me up. Because, like,
were you planning on falling asleep during a concert?
No. Like, when I got home. Because I was worried about this dude.
Oh, my God.
Because...
You were worried about some random drunk guy?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, for one, I don't know. He seemed like a pretty decent dude. But, like, he, like, went to sit down, and I think he had too much forward momentum, and he kind of, like... sat down and like just rolled and fucking just
he pulled
with
the
his
e-brake.
face.
He pulled the e-brake when he should have eased off the brake.
Because he was like texting.
Don't text and walk.
No,
if you're drunk.
No, when he was sitting down, he was like texting his friends.
Oh.
And then he got up and walked the opposite direction they were. I was like, this motherfucker's gonna go out and is hammered as fuck, and his friends that are supposed to be helping him out right now are down there having a grand old time dancing with their spouse, and this guy's just fucking hammered. Gonna go get a public intoxication fucking charge on the other side of the goddamn football.
Yeah.
But, dude, they sold out of alcohol.
Dude, they were selling alcohol, and this is something I wanted to talk about. There was a line for this tent, and I was telling this to my dad, that was like 50 yards long. And I know it's about 50 yards long because you could tell where the field normally is, and it was like half the length of where the field normally is, like a 50-yard-ish long line for a vodka seltzer. That's it. It's not like they were selling nachos or candy or, it was only that.
Well,
and I was like, I would like pick out a group of people and like track their progress, or at least who I thought.
You're watching the game for
was
45 minutes. You're like, oh my god, you guys moved up.
Well, like they were in the line before the game even started. They sang the national anthem. They did the flyover. They did the first set, and I'm like, they still haven't got to the front of the line. The game's like a third over. I'm like, oh my god,
dude! But
for like a $8 seltzer.
All right, how much? I'm betting they made $1 million off of that in total.
I don't know. You'd have to think about how much money they had to put in.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm guessing they made probably about $800,000 or $750,000 because that's excluding the cost to put the drone show on, all that shit.
Dude, I honestly have no idea.
How much beer was drank?
You know who might know? Ben. He's an accountant. He might have even had to sign off something. Should I call him like Bert during podcast does? Just calls people randomly.
Well,
hey, how much do you think they spent on this?
If you're gonna do it, I'd do it now, so we can bleep it all out because it might not be a good idea to.
Well, we won't do it then.
Because I don't know if he can, if he's technically supposed to.
Probably not.
I don't know if he's supposed to disclose it.
Divulge information about.
We have to bleep this
about
out.
What our city. What do you mean? We haven't even said anything.
We're talking about disclosing information, like we're pretty much saying.
But we're not disclosing any information.
Okay. Yeah. Scratch that.
But I bet it was a shit ton of money. Dude, it was like a lot of money.
It fucking had to be.
There's your answer.
Well, and that's like, I know they like, everybody's like, God, I wish they would start selling beer at the Husker games. I'm like,
that's such a bad idea. I mean, as much as I'd love to have a beer during a Husker game,
that's terrible. There's no way you can manage who's drinking. Mm-mm. There's no way you can manage how much people are drinking.
The amount of minors that would have access to alcohol would be crazy because Memorial Stadium is like a majority of the seating is like older, just like a bench. It's not like seats, individual seats. Not that it would even matter, but you're packed in there so tight, shoulder to shoulder, that you could. I mean, if you were sitting next to a minor, you could easily go and buy a beer and just set it down next to the, like.
Not only that, it's going to start costing them so much. Yeah, they're going to make fucking ridiculous amounts of money on alcohol, but Husker fans, they're huge. They're fucking huge fans. They go out there and tailgate from 8 to 6. A guy from Cozad, I know, every time there's a home game, they come down. They set up their tailgate at 4:30 in the morning. They start drinking at 5:30 in the morning.
Jesus Christ!
And they drink all fucking day long and watch just college football.
Wait, so why would it cost them money?
Well, because if you're gonna have beer, you're gonna have to like Pinnacle Bank Arena at the concerts. They can have a security guard stand up there and kind of
like you think they would have to have more
You're
security?
Gonna have so many security up in the stands. Not only fights, not only drunk people falling down, and the other thing
true
is they're all concrete steps, and if you fall from up top, that could be a long fucking tumble, dude. Yeah. I don't even think I'd want to get drunk in that fucking place. I'm not even shitting you. Like
yeah, I mean,
and that's the kind of situation where the situation can overwhelm you. Like You can get so overwhelmed by like how exciting it is. Oh my fucking god, and get fucking hammered.
Yeah, the amount. Yeah.
And,
So they'd be not necessarily paying for it financially, but they'd be paying for it like the amount of injuries that would happen to people.
And the other thing is, and I was talking to Lena's mom about
this beer is sponsored by Red Cross.
Lena's mom and Bailey about this is I think I was talking to like all of you guys about it, but I don't know how they would stock that much alcohol. Like, that's all we do in the Midwest is drink.
Yeah, the amount of Busch Light they would go through would be...
You walk into a Husker game and
insane.
Fucking try to sell alcohol. There's no fucking way, dude. You're going to go through trucks.
Yeah. No, yeah, I mean... They definitely... They would make a lot of money.
Oh, they would make a ridiculous amount of money.
But they would... have to suffer a lot of consequences still.
And I honest to God don't see it being physically possible to keep that much alcohol.
Yeah.
Like,
keep it cold.
Yeah, what the fuck are you gonna do? Have 17 refrigerator fucking trailers?
Well, how do other stadiums do it? But you think Nebraska would just go that much harder?
Yeah.
Dude. Did you? There was a.
They allow cigars in the Tennessee fucking stadium.
Oh God.
And I'm pretty sure they allow alcohol, but it's like I don't understand, dude. I don't know.
Did you see the Barstools video of a guy at the volleyball game? He had I think he had a baseball jersey on or something like that, Nebraska baseball jersey, and he just had nacho cheese all over it, and he was getting escorted out by a police officer.
At this one?
Yeah. And then he turned to shake his hand, and the police officer's he's like, he tried to shake the police officer's hand. The police officer was not having it, and the guy, you could tell he was just like, yeah, and it just turns around and leaves.
No, I did not see that. I'm going to have to find that now.
He was so fucked up.
But I feel like it would be dope as shit to be able to drink in the stadium, but also even me as just a fan, I'm like, that's way too much of a headache.
Yeah, but Husker fans are so crazy. If you couldn't tell, we packed a stadium more than it's ever been just to break our record. I mean, 92,003.
Well,
Nebraska fans are insane.
Well, so I was talking to Bryce at work about this.
Add alcohol to that mix, and oh my God, people already get crazy during the games in the stadium, let alone if they're drinking beers.
Not only that, it gets hot as fuck in there sometimes. And
yeah, if it's a afternoon game.
Guys, when we first got there, it was so fucking tight. I damn near had to dislocate my fucking hip just slide on my seat on my bench. And so you got people.
You were basically sitting in my lap.
You got people possibly puking. What are they gonna do? Puke on everybody?
Puke into their cup. Just like
I'm a pro at that.
Yeah, you don't miss.
But fuck, what was I gonna say? Yeah, and so, anyways, I remember now. I was talking to Bryce not Sunday. What the fuck am I saying? That Thursday morning, I was changing cups,